Ryan Reynolds has been acting for years, but he's especially well known for playing the Marvel anti-hero Deadpool. What some people forget though is how many other films he's been a part of because of how popular Deadpool has become. Some of his most memorable performances include Six Underground, The Proposal, and Green Lantern. Even though he's been in the public eye for quite some time, he always seems to stay one of the most down-to-earth actors in the industry. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Ryan Reynolds. He fought to get Deadpool made for over a decade. Ryan Reynolds loves Deadpool. He's a die-hard fanboy, and it shows in how hard he's fought to get the film made and how hard he's fought to distance himself from that X-Men Origins Wolverine atrocity. He had been trying to get the solo Deadpool film off the ground since 2000. For the next 15 years, the project hit every possible roadblock and was effectively dead in the water. It was only greenlit after some years-old test footage was leaked. After that, they had mere months to get it planned, shot, and edited. He starred in a series of awesome and raunchy cancer awareness ads. Reynolds worked to get his passion project, Deadpool, made for years. The character is a fourth wall-breaking, wisecracking merc with a mouth. He's also suffering from a number of advanced forms of cancer. The marketing for the film is fantastic and features Reynolds in a number of great scenarios, but the greatest of all was a tongue-in-cheek cancer awareness campaign. Not only does he promote the film, but he manages to deliver some actually important health tips about breast cancer and testicular cancer in character. He has been acting professionally since he was 13. You may not think of Ryan Reynolds as a former child star, probably because he's one of the few who made it out mostly sane. He said of his crazy start in the industry, "I started when I was 13 years old. I did a really horrible soap opera called 15 for Nickelodeon that stoned college kids kept on the air for 3 years. And then the first movie I did was in Sri Lanka when I was 14. I spent 3 months there. I was there without my parents working on a movie in a country that was in the midst of a civil war. It was pretty wild." He failed his high school drama class. Although it isn't surprising that many actors and actresses excelled at drama in school, it may be surprising that not only did Reynolds not excel at it, he actually failed his high school drama class. Hugh Jackman made fun of Reynolds for it when Reynolds received a star at the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2016. After high school he attended Kwantlen Polytechnic University in Vancouver, but ended up dropping out to pursue acting full-time. He's terrified of flying. Reynolds' fear of flying stemmed from a bad skydiving experience when he was a teenager, where his first pack didn't deploy and sent him free falling through the air. He said during an interview with Jimmy Fallon, "I'm on my 13th jump, lucky number 13, my chute opened, and what happened was they call it a bag of garbage, which is not a good sound, the risers broke, and the thing opened kind of vertically. So it's just sort of flapping in the wind, and it really wasn't slowing me down at all. It was just making me spin out of control and almost making me unconscious, also not fun at all." He was eventually able to pull the reserve chute, which doesn't have a steering mechanism, and landed 8 miles from the drop zone. He managed to somewhat overcome the fear while filming Green Lantern when he had to do many airborne stunts. He has played 4 comic characters. It seems like everyone in Hollywood has played some superhero or another, a few have even been at it long enough to have played 2. Reynolds probably holds the record at 4 comic book adaptations. He's been Hannibal King in Blade Trinity, Wade Wilson in X-Men Origins Wolverine and Deadpool, plus Hal Jordan in Green Lantern, and also Nick in the Dark Horse Comics adaptation R.I.P.D. He prepare heavily for roles. Ryan Reynolds may seem more of a wing-it kind of actor, but he does in fact prepare heavily for roles. For Blade Trinity, Reynolds gained 25 pounds of muscle by working out 6 days a week for 3 months and ate 3,200 calories daily to become Hannibal King. As for his role in Amityville Horror, which was a departure from his usual sarcastic comedic roles, Reynolds decided not to become close to or interact too much with the actors playing his children, so that when his character became possessed, it would be easier for him to act abusive. He stole a car as an April Fool's joke in school. This seems extremely believable coming from Ryan Reynolds, as he appears to be a prankster off the screen. Back in 2012, Reynolds told Top Gear host Jeremy Clarkson that he was a bit of a pariah in school. "I have 3 older brothers, all of whom were kicked out of this very same school, so from the moment I got there, I was a marked man. I was kicked out for something I think you'd appreciate. I was kicked out for stealing a car." The actor went on to explain, however, that he didn't actually steal a vehicle. "A teacher that we had, who was just 100% awful, he had this little car. It was one of those little Volkswagens. So my friends and I just played an April Fool's prank on him. We picked it up, we lifted it up and carried it down the block. After pulling off the gag, Reynolds and his friends learned that moving a car you don't own more than 10 feet is a felony in Canada. Early relationships. Many tend to forget that before his marriage to Scarlett Johansson in 2008, he was engaged to Canadian singer Alanis Morissette, but many more don't even realize he was in a high-profile relationship before that. In 2001, Reynolds met Rachel Lee Cook, and although they hit it off, she had to immediately fly to Britain to film Blow Dry. Reynolds was so enamored with her, he cleared his filming schedule and followed her to London as a surprise, and they dated for a year. His first date with Blake Lively was awkward. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are the most adorable couple together, and while many assumed they began dating after getting to know each other on the set of Green Lantern, Reynolds revealed the awkward way they fell in love. Reynolds insisted they were just buddies when filming the movie, but sparks flew when they went on a double date with other people. About a year after Green Lantern had come and gone and we were both single and we went on a double date, she was with another guy and I was on a date with another girl, and it was the most awkward date for the respective parties because we were just like fireworks coming across.